We are live. It is a Tech East Tuesday, and we are in a different locale. The front room was very warm. I just didn't want any part of it. So we're back here in what we lovingly call here at Tech East Fire and Water Restoration, the black room, just because it's darker. We got a black motif, but it's really the executive lounge, if you will.
Ooh,
that's what we're going with, the executive
fancy,
lounge.
Levack, yeah.
And because everybody else is pretty much left, except for Mike, who's hiding behind the camera, I get to go wherever I want. So there you go. And everybody thinks like Mike and I are related because we're both large, overly white dudes. So, everybody, they leave me alone. They let me do what I want here. All the people who do the real work in Tech East Fire and Water Restoration think I'm important. They're really smart about mitigation and construction and damn near everything else, but they're dumb when it comes to me. So I'll take it.
Let me be the first to say it looks great on our visual side. If you're listening on our audio side, get over to YouTube and check this out. The part that doesn't look great is that how we've positioned the camera is fine. But I forgot I had a picture of Stu Gotts on the toilet. Stupidity. So for maybe 90 minutes, you're just going to see Stu Gotts on the toilet.
Dropping it too. Getting a cold one going for you. Here's the deal, man. Here's the situation live on Tech East Tuesday. Raiders are going to the Super Bowl.
What?
Well, the Super Bowl's going to the Raiders in 2024. I wanted to have it for a second. I just wanted it for a second.
You had it,
That's all I wanted. I just needed it for like 1 second, and now I feel better. So because of Mardi Gras, this, that, or the other, I don't know how the hell it all comes together. They're moving the 2024 Super Bowl to Vegas, to the Big Al.
Okay, so I believe what happened was that it's LA this year.
This is the only way the Raiders are going to go to the Super Bowl because it'll be close to their homes.
It was LA this year. By the way, just put these all in February so I don't get, you mean this year, guys? It's in January, February. Okay. 2022 is LA. 2023 is Glendale. 2025 is New Orleans. Now, it was supposed to be 2024, but they said they had a scheduling conflict, which out loud says, the hell did they have scheduled 3 years in advance? They couldn't move.
Something to do with the Mardi Gras. It is like a Mardi Gras celebration of some variety.
Okay.
They couldn't work around.
So it kind of was the most worst kept secret that Vegas was going to make this play for the 2024 Super Bowl. And now it is official. It has happened. And it is super exciting that, as you call it, the Big Al.
The Big Al, baby.
Big event.
The Death Star. Very excited about it. Will the Raiders be good enough to at least, be in the talks to be one of the teams that hosts and play in the Super Bowl like your Tampa Bay Buccaneers did, like the Rams could? Could they be there? Could they do it? Probably not.
I would also say no.
Yeah, I'm going to go with it's a no for me, dog. Again, live here at Tech East Fire and Water Restoration. Last night, Monday Night Football, guys. A little Monday Night Football.
Your preseason Super Bowl picks. Speaking about the Super Bowl, Levack finally had their game where they look like a Super Bowl team. They defeated Arizona, and oh my God, Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
It was last year.
Good.
Yeah, last year where Troy Aikman said he thought he might be the best defensive player ever in the history of the NFL over Lawrence Taylor, and people were like, "Okay, Troy, how many headshot white Jay-Z are you taking over there, man? Just relax, okay?" He took one play early in the game, a 310-pound guard for the Arizona Cardinals, just put his hands right in his chest and drove him back into Kyler Murray for a sack. Didn't beat him one-on-one. Just took him like a kid who's on the JV team and the seniors got the kid on varsity and threw him into the quarterback, a grown man. Aaron Donald. And at the end of the game, too, Arizona's got a chance to win. The poor guard's like, help, and he just starts tackling Aaron Donald. Holding. Here's another holding. Aaron Donald's an absolute beast. He is probably, since Lawrence Taylor was before my time, the best defensive player I've seen in my lifetime in the NFL. He is that good.
He's in the running each and every year to be the defensive player of the year. He's got to be in the conversation for MVP. It'll always go to a quarterback or whatever, but he's got to be there. And it's because of things like that, things that he's able to do there, where it's impressive to say the least. And he's a monster. He's an absolute monster. As far as I can see right now, he may be one of the only Rams who has not got the COVID talk going here. I don't know why the audio decided to jump in all of a sudden. That was nice of it. Look at that.
Tell me to be quiet on the broadcast.
Yeah, I know. It's all guys all the time. Guys, cover for me. I'm going to go turn the audio off.
I thought I had that working. Levack is getting up. All right, thank you, Levack. That's very good. By the way, Aaron Donald, really, really good. He is in that conversation. The Rams winning a divisional game, by the way, is huge because Arizona wanted that to be the respect game. All right, we know we got Tampa.
I'm honestly not allowed back here very often. I don't know how everything works. So if Mike's not here to supervise, I'm not allowed in the executive lounge. I was just talking big earlier. I thought I was cool.
What was
worse?
worse?
I don't know how to work things.
What was worse, that or 20 minutes before the show started, me just wandering the halls like Alan in The Hangover at Tyson's house. Like, I have my stuff. Where am I?
Well, you're definitely, if I'm not allowed back here, you're certainly not allowed back here. Levack and Goz live from Techie's Fire and Water Restoration. Yeah, Rams, did they do enough for you to now believe that they're back in the Super Bowl conversation as they take out the Cardinals and everybody thinks it's going to be the team to beat?
Nah.
Except for me, I don't believe it. No?
I'm not ready to go that far yet. I mean, just NFC feels as if they've got so many more competitive teams, like the Packers, like the Bucks. Arizona has more wins still so far. That's probably the top. On the Cowboys, look pretty good. We'll get to all that in not so rapid recap, but I don't believe one game for the Rams has proven to me that they're the best team of the NFC. All it did prove to me, though, was that Cooper Kupp's the best wide receiver in football. That's amazing to think about saying that out loud in 2021 with all the big names we've talked about the last 5 years. That Cooper Kupp, maybe I'm too biased with the fantasy take there, but Kupp has had such an amazing season that he's been now in the conversation is, if not the top wide receiver, top 3 for sure.
And there was even an Odell Beckham Jr. sighting.
Yeah.
When Sony Michel is a difference maker on this team. He now, look, 4 yards a carry, whatever, 20 carries, 79 yards. He gives you have to at least respect the run now because of what he's doing for the Rams. It's fun. It's fun to watch them play. OBJ, 6 grabs, 77 yards, touchdown. Cooper Kupp, as you mentioned, 13 catches, 123 yards, touchdown on 15 targets. It's pretty good. Stafford, I thought he was going to be MVP. Looks like that old fart in Tampa is going to get that job. He's going to get that title yet again. But no, very, very cool stuff from them last night. And yet another winner from me. I just keep hitting the winners. That's what I've been doing lately.
That was the catch for you.
Machine.
Yes.
That was a big winning for me, So as far as locks go, I know we usually do this on Sunday. 3-1 with the locks from that show. Not for that stupid overtime touchdown that greedy Tom Brady had to throw. I would have been 4-0 with my locks, but whatever. You know
what, Levack?
Mike Corda loves my picks, loves them. He never goes with me when I win. If I have a bad play, like if Mike goes, "Oh, good call," we're gonna lose together. That's what's gonna happen. So
I didn't want to do this early, but I think I have to because we're talking about the NFL, and I know what I'm going to do could potentially derail the show, and that's to poke fun at Bills fans, to call them out via social media. I'm going right on Twitter right now and writing, "Stop whining, Bills fans."
You actually wrote it on the show already. So
I
if people are watching,
well, right?
if you're watching on Techie's Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook page, Godzilla Media's YouTube, Goz's Twitter, stop whining Bills fans at Tom Goz. What are they whining? They're not whining.
Enough out of the Bills fans.
What happened? It's odd. It's so odd that you're angry with them the week they played your favorite team.
And that's the point. That's right. Give us some credit for the victory over the Buffalo Bills. Oh my God, enough of the Bills fans. So here's what I see all Sunday night, all Monday. Man, the officials are mean to us. They don't give us any calls. We're Buffalo. Man, shut up. Oh my God, what a whiny fan base the Bills have turned into. Levack, They're up 27-10. Tampa. Yep. Tampa's up 27-10 with 11 minutes to go. Yeah. And I'm reading people on social media saying the refs blew the game. The refs cost Buffalo. How about the 3 quarters that happened in the game before? Oh, my God. Stephon Diggs got help. Yeah. I'm going to slow it down on my TV and zoom in. Oh, my God. Buffalo. What the hell happened to the cool Bills Mafia jumping through fire tables and everything else? Enough. Good God.
The part of the Patriots fan for the last 2 decades being played by Tom Goz today. Not only going after the Bills Mafia, but also pretending that Tom Brady does not get every single call there is. Tom Brady, best quarterback, there, all the blah, 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 the GOAT, this, that, all true. But no one's benefited from the help of referees more than Tom Brady. And I don't like whining. I don't like blaming games on the referees, but I sure as hell ain't going out on that. I'm not. You going on that hill alone, brother. I'm not going after Bills Mafia right now. They're a salty bunch. And I also have them in the Super Bowl going against I had Kansas City, didn't I?
I'll say this about
the AFC Championship game.
The potential Brady conspiracies that are going on. I felt a lot stronger about it when he played for the Patriots. Now for the Buccaneers, I think some people have some blurry televisions that's happening right there. That's the issue with that.
Yeah, Boston Dan just texted us. I called the end of the Bills. Welcome aboard the train, guys.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, listen, Josh Allen, and this is rapid recap coming up at some point. Not so rapid recap. Josh Allen like almost willed them to victory. Like he almost got them there. It felt like by himself. 308 yards in the air, 109 yards on the ground. The Buffalo Bills rushing attack was 100% Josh Allen. 12 carries, 109 yards. Singletary had some nice runs, everything like that. But the bottom line is Josh Allen, if he's not going against Tom Brady and the refs, they win that game.
Yeah, I think a combination of that plus, here's what I'd say about if Buffalo could beat Tampa again. I think that's going to be a rematch in the Super Bowl. That was my preseason pick. The problem with Buffalo is truly, and I'm not trying to like play this up, I really feel like this. They were afraid to run the football against Tampa.
Well, you have to be. It's Vita Vea.
Yeah, number one rush defense in the NFL. They didn't even want to test it.
You got to go against Moana.
Last week.
Maui from Moana. If you want to run the ball.
I watched a lot of Maui tapes. You're welcome plays a lot in my house.
What can I say besides you're not welcome to run the football here? Like dude, they're great against the run.
I believe this is still a true stat, and it's hard to get these Bill stats, especially the week before with the Patriots, where the Patriots only threw the ball 3 times in the game. Buffalo didn't have a running back touch the football to the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable to think about the faith and the fear, I like to say, they had against Tampa. So they're down 17 points. They don't want to give the ball to the running back. They have an idea of what's going to happen. Josh Allen, you're right, Levack, had a great game, but it made it easy for Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles said, okay, you're telling me I already know they're going to pass and not give it to the running back, and all I got to do is blitz Allen. I'm cool with that game plan. I'll just blitz him all the time. I like to blitz to begin with. Todd Bowles destroyed Brian Daboll. This game was over in the third quarter. This is how confident I was that Tampa was going to win at one point. At one point, I'm like, you know what? They're up 17. They got Tom Brady as the quarterback for Tampa. He's not blowing this lead. I'm going to put this game off. I'm going to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and catch up on some episodes, and I'll get back to it in the fourth quarter. That's how confident I was.
Own game.
That's right. 17 points in the fourth quarter. I'm good. I got to see what Frank Reynolds is up to. And then sure enough, here come the Bills, and then the nonsense of,
you can't watch
the game.
Wow.
God.
All right.
That I think is the greatest flex you can have, that your team is winning by so much. You know how often I haven't been able to do that my entire life as a Buccaneer fan?
That's fair.
To turn off the game because your team's winning by so much.
Speaking of championships, this game looked familiar to some of us back here. Look, Boston Dan comes on the show live from the Hideaway on Sunday. Says Bills won't win another game, blah, all these things. I want to wager with Mr. Boston Dan.
Ooh.
I think the Bills win out.
Whoa.
I think they win their next 4 games. And then when dear God and baby Jesus, somehow you see Josh Allen in the Super Bowl and you don't get the calls. Tampa Bay, Brady crying bitches. That's when I want to see what you got. That's when I want to see what you got. I think because you're going to beat the Panthers. You're home for the Panthers. You're going to beat the Panthers, McDermott's old team. You are at the Patriots. Okay. I don't think you're going to sweep. I don't think the Bills are getting swept in this. So give them that win in a weird game. You host the Falcons. You're going to beat them. You host the Jets. You're going to beat them. Worst case scenario, you're going 3-1. Bills are winning out. They're going to win 4. They're going to win 4. End the season 11-6. Probably a wild card. And then make a run. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And that's the thing too. I think honestly, that layout right there, totally right. I don't much disagree with you about that. I think they'll clip New England again. That game was close. The weather was a huge factor. And there's no other team in that schedule that lays out for them that they should be an underdog against. The problem with Buffalo and Bills fans, I believe it or not, you have to accept that sometimes your team makes mistakes. You've gone from the team that always blamed everything on the coach and the players to now on the referees, which I guess is also a compliment to the success of Sean McDermott, that it's never his fault now. But you are 0-5 in one-possession games this season. You are by far and away the team that has lost the most one-possession games. So one-possession games, what is it? Turnovers, special teams, coaching decisions, heart, fourth quarter, conditioning, all that stuff plays a factor in a one-possession game. That's the difference. And that's my biggest fear for Buffalo. They can't win close games.
I love that we still do this. Levack and Goz used to be on terrestrial radio. Now when 2 fat guys can question the conditioning of 53 pro athletes. That's when I'm in the world I want to be in. You know what I mean? That's where I want to be. Like when my fat old ass goes, I don't know if she's hot, or I don't think that guy's in great shape. And it's just like, hey, I'm somewhat of an expert.
I'm telling you what I
something
see
of an
out
expert.
there.
Right. I'm merely doing my job.
That's it.
I'm merely doing my job. Live from Tech East here on a Tech East Tuesday. Bad weekend for New York all the way around, but good weekend for you because you're getting ever so close to a new vehicle, I understand.
Yes, thanks to our friends over at Mohawk Honda. We will be there Monday, December 20th, broadcasting live from Freeman's Bridge Road in Glenville. And who knows, Levack, maybe by that day, by the time the show ends, I'll be driving off the 2022 Pilot. And why is that happening? Because I took advantage of the Pilot programs happening in December. If you don't know what those are, call Mohawk Honda, reach out on social media, head over to Freeman's Bridge Road in Glenville and find out about what they can do for you. And I'm talking about our friend Greg Johnson. So, Greg, Levack and Goz keep talking about you. What is this Pilot program? Cam McKenna, Lindsey Harron, whoever it might be, Hot Sauce Doyle. You can talk to anybody at Mohawk Honda, and they will tell you about how it can actually fit your budget, your lifestyle, and more in the holiday season. Cannot wait to find out more about my ride coming up. And again, for that Monday, December 20th show, it's going to be about the 12 days of giving at Mohawk Honda. If you want to nominate a charity for Mohawk Honda to be a part of this holiday season, check them out on Facebook now. Leave a comment, tag the charity, and maybe your favorite charity here in upstate New York might get a donation thanks to the great people at Mohawk Honda, always helping this holiday season. The Mohawk Honda family, where they always go out of their way to please you.
Two things that upset me about this Bills conversation we just had. One, Philly Wish not around. I would love to hear him chime in on what he thinks of your Bills hatred. Two, Boston Dan's in on the bet. He's in on the bet. So
Okay.
I don't think Boston Dan's ever watched the podcast live unless we were under the orange roof. So this is an honor. It's an honor right here, I feel like. No, so listen, New York, 0-3. Bills had the best chance of winning. Jets, god awful. Giants, not much better. And more importantly, Daniel Jones could be done for the season with this neck injury. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody who might have some medical knowledge about this kind of situation, not directly Danny Dimes. He's worried it's the same kind of neck injury you saw with David Wilson and others, where we may never see Danny Dimes on the field again.
Whoa, if that is the case, then yeah, that's a career-ending injury potentially for Daniel Jones. And then that kind of makes me feel like a horrible person for doing this backwards as a follow-up now of, is that the last time we see Daniel Jones as a New York Giant starting quarterback? It would have been a question even if that injury is not suffered by Daniel Jones because of his performance and the future of Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge and everything else. If you had to tell me what I think the 2022 season would look like, it would not be with Jones under center. I know Giant fans so badly wants Russell Wilson, and the picks are there to somehow make that happen.
Right.
He loves the Pacific Northwest. His wife Sierra maybe wants to get into the East Coast and to a bigger city and everything like that. So that's the goal.
I mean, he is a Yankee too. Don't forget, Russell Wilson is a member of the New York Yankees.
Yes,
so.
That's right. Yeah, so this is over for Daniel Jones. And if you said that Dave Gettleman is out, yeah. Now there's reports out there that Joe Judge, in comparison to the Giants organization, was compared today to Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells. That's the report out there that they're not going to move on from Joe Judge because someone up high in the Giants front office believes Joe Judge is the next Belichick or Parcells. Also note they left off Tom Coughlin, who won 2 Super Bowls for that franchise.
All right. We have the wager. I don't know why everyone's trying to get me to go to hell. Everyone, no one's telling me go to hell. They're doing it in code. Hey, you want to go to Fenway? You know what I mean? Basically, hey, the third circle of hell doesn't look too hot. You want to go there? Boston Dan and I have a bet. Bills win out. He's got to go to Yankee Stadium with me. Bills lose a game the rest of the year. I have to go to Fenway next season with him.
Whoa. All right.
And I'm in. I'm that confident. I feel good about the Bills. Listen, I don't know if you've heard this before, but the Bills are tenacious. I'm going to make up a saying about the Bills right now. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I just made that up right now. I just came up with that off the top of my head. No one's ever said that. It just speaks to the tenacity of the Bills, So that's where I'm at. Wagons circling like the old West.
Yes, I get what it means. Your skin could burn. Your skin could burn, Levack, if you go to Fenway. You've tried to avoid that place for your entire life.
I'm gonna have to go to church, before and after. I feel like as soon as you walk out of Fenway Park, you have to go to the sensitivity training right away. I'm probably listen. It's not a good place. It's not a good place. It's bad people there. It's bad people. Bad people. Bad people. So yeah, so I'm in. I'm confident.
Set.
Bills Mafia. Raiders Nation. We're here with you. We believe in you. Don't believe in us, but I believe in you. So let's go Bills. I'm in. Let's go. Bills got this, man. Did you know there's only one team that actually plays in New York?
What?
Yeah, I heard that. I just thought of that. No one's ever said that before. The other New York teams play in New Jersey. Yeah,
I don't think that's accurate.
I think, dude, I'm about to fact check it.
All right.
Sounds like something that people should say once in a while when they have no thoughts of their own.
So the Bills would be the only New York team, is what you're saying?
I wouldn't personally say it, but I think it's worth referencing. The Orchard Park Bills. Yeah, it's a thing. Did you know that?
I did. I just found out.
Yeah. Insane. It's insane.
Thank you for your geography lesson.
I'm here. Listen, I'm here to. Yeah. So rough weekend for the all three New York football teams, and now I'm in. Now I'm in the Bills Mafia. I'm like a consigliere. I'm over here on the side of the Bills Mafia. I got your back. I'm rolling with you. Let's go. Let's go, Bills.
Knock it off, Bills. Enough crying and complaining and start winning some games.
I tell you, like, if I wasn't already entrenched and encamped with my friends from Buffalo, your hatred of them.
I'm out.
Like I
just did it to themselves, to my poor Buccaneers.
I just know the way you're talking about these poor Bills. I mean, come on.
Tom Brady has been a Buccaneer through and through. We all know that.
Yeah, for a year and a half, even maybe.
He said that pirate spirit.
Scofflaw. I forgot. Oh man, I can't think of the name of the brewery. There's a Rhode Island brewery who made Traderade, which is like in honor of Brady. And I looked it up today because they have Guava the Hut now. And Lindsay White, who she does Back in New York Groove for Godzilla, and she's my director of media relations over here for the Empire. She's a big Star Wars fan, so I go check this one out. She goes, "How do we get that?" I'm like, "Well, you can't have it. You're not allowed." But we'll figure it out. We'll find a way to get to it.
Hang on a second. I gotta admit, Levack, you just saying that. I've never heard female big Star Wars fan. I've never heard that before.
No, they're out there. They're out there. You say what you're trying to say without saying is you've never seen attractive Star Wars female fan, like over the top attractive Star Wars female fan.
Who
like
I've met,
right. Like we've all met, the girl who could easily pass as a dude, loves Star Wars, and and I don't mean like anything wrong with that appearance. If I was a female, I would not be an attractive female. Like if I was a female, you'd be like, that chick likes Star Wars. That chick has a Harry Potter tattoo. You know what I mean? Like that's what you say. But like you see an attractive blonde who loves sports and everything else, and you go, Star Wars fan? Really? Like Die Hard? Really?
Went against it.
Went and bought an expensive lightsaber. Huh. All right, trust fund baby. What? Oh, sorry. I'm coming out shooting today.
Back in the New York Groove. Download it, subscribe, rate, review.
Yeah, so that you have something to realize how good this show actually could be. Levack and Goz live on a Tech East Tuesday. I do want to tell you, though, listen, you want to get back in the Capital Region Groove or any other, you maybe want to sell your house. It's time to do it. Cindy Martin, that's my girl. That's my friend. That's my pal. Cindy Martin, she's part of the Jen Karam team over at Howard Hanna Realtors. They are all about working with buyers and sellers. She is part of the leading RE, which means that she can help you both locally and globally. And right now is the time. If you're trying to sell a house or even thinking about it, inventory's low, and anyone who's out looking at houses in the cold, the snow, the holidays, they are a serious buyer. So it's one of those situations where your time is not going to be wasted. And when you become one of Cindy's people, which is a great group to be in, count myself among them, you're taken care of. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com, 518-932-5558, 518-932-5558. Cindy Martin, she is phenomenal. If you're looking to sell the house, looking to buy a house, whatever, she's the one to talk to. If somebody coming in from out of the market and you want to help, she'll work with any realtor out of the area. If you're thinking about moving, she'll help you find and work with that realtor. She does that, no extra cost. She just wants to make sure her people are taken care of. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. That's the email, but the cell number, her actual cell phone number, 518-932-5558. Cindy Martin, that's my pal. You want to do the not so rapid recap. Get that out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it out of the way because it's just listen. There was no Raiders this weekend, so I feel like it was it was a good. It wasn't as
we might want to lead off with your Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Just
hold on. Listen, that's not. Sure. There was no Raiders this weekend. There was no Raiders this weekend. Let's be honest. Did you see anything on that field that led you to believe the Raiders played football this weekend?
No.
I rest my case. No. By the way, told you guys on Sunday live from the Hideaway, couldn't pick the Raiders because the defense would not adjust. I was right. Did not realize that Josh Jacobs was going to fumble like first drive right away out of the gate, first play on offense for a 6. Didn't realize Foster was going to just pull some kind of like, it looked like something out of a Dragon Ball Z cartoon where he like caught the football, redirected it, and like gave it to the defense. Like, oh, are you kidding? And there it was. I know that's not Dragon Ball Z. If you nerd up with me, I'll come at you. And like they were down. It was an absolute beating. Our buddy Derby, who's one of the nicest guys on the planet at the Hideaway. Were you gonna tell the story?
I was gonna say, how come the Hideaway team kept piling on with you throughout? It looked like they had like a comedy sketch going the way they were doing it to you.
It was
Trout got in first, and then
Trout knows the Raiders are playing what's left of the Browns this weekend, so he had to get started now. Even though the Raiders might have to play the Browns because I think they got 6 to 8 guys out on COVID right now. When Derby goes up, it's like 28-0. 28-0. You're not even at the half yet. I'm like, I can see it, Derb. Get out. I kicked him out of his own place of work. I did. So, and I'm not.
What
I don't.
Happened? Why are they losing? Get out!
Yeah,
get out!
I don't even feel bad. About it. I love Derby. He's the nicest guy on the planet. Makes one of the best Bloody Marys, if not the best Bloody Mary out there. Still felt good about kicking him out of his own place of business. Felt good about it.
And we previewed that game. I said it flipped at the last second that I was going to take your Raiders instead of the Chiefs. And the storyline was Kansas City hasn't had that game where they've really been the Chiefs that we thought, the best team in the NFL, the back-to-back AFC champions. When's that game going to happen? And maybe I'm being too critical of the Chiefs here, but we both saw this. That game was the turnover early by the Raiders, no defense by the Raiders.
Yep.
Kansas City made it look so easy that it still felt like they had something left in the tank. They really just pulled back in the second half, and it wasn't the same Chiefs team. So, unfortunately, that game's more about the Raiders looking like they just ran out of gas.
You put 48 points on the board. Mahomes didn't throw for 300. He was 20 for 24, though. 20 completions on 24 freaking passes, 2 touchdowns. Sacked 3 times. Yay. Derek Gore, their leading rusher, with 66 yards on 9 carries. Like, they didn't have to do much because the Raiders did nothing. Crapola. Terrible. I do. There's point of order. I know a lot of people are getting on this wagon. Let's all get on this wagon. If the quarterback throws the ball and it is obviously catchable and it is redirected by the receiver's hands into somebody else's hands, that should not count as an interception. Can we change the stat? I've heard a lot of people start talking about it too. When you see plays like that, like Derek Carr's stat line, it's not great. He went 33 of 45, 263 yards, touchdown, interception, sacked 4 times. The interception should not be on there. It should not be on there. It is not his fault.
This is like an error in baseball being marked as a hit.
Basically. Yeah. They don't, and an error, you get on base on an error. It's not like all of a sudden they're like, all right, well, listen, let's count that against the pitcher.
Right?
No, they don't do it. So let's figure that out. Let's get that under control here. You're always trying to find new ways to change the game and all this other crap. Fix that. It doesn't have to be a fumble, whatever. Just call it a turnover. Or put it on the receiver if it's that obvious.
And don't count it against our fantasy teams either.
You kind of have to count it against the fantasy teams. Whoever you put it against, you got to put it against. Because you got to count it towards the defense. You got to do it. I just whatever. It was just that was horrendous. Not so rapid recap, going slower than ever because I'm so pissed off about the 48-9 ass whooping. And people I haven't heard from in months start texting me during that game. Old man Tom comes out of the woodwork.
Whoa, old man Tom! I took the under.
I hope you didn't bet your team. I'm like, I never bet my team anymore because there's just no point in it. But again, thanks for listening to the podcast, old man Tom. By the way, podcasts are on the internet. The internet is you never mind. Let me say it in words that old man Tom will understand. Coming up later, we got the bee's knees with a performance from the Chiefs. So him, My buddy Tommy, who's a Chiefs fan, and he's been a long-time Chiefs fan, I think 15 minutes or so. After whenever they won the Super Bowl, he's been a Chiefs fan ever since. Frank Corda's hitting me up. Mike Corda, owner of the Albany Empire and Tech East. Yeah. Can we talk about the Raiders? No, we can't. And I didn't talk to him about the Raiders. It was just, hey, come on. That was an ass whooping. There's just a point where you just look at somebody and go, no mas. Like, no mas. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Get off the field. Call it a day. Mercy rule. Hand over the controller. It's all over.
All right. Let's keep going. Let's try to make this thing a little more rapid. Saints top the Jets 30-9. This was some stellar quarterback play. Saints snap a 5-game losing streak. I mean, the quarterback duel between Taysom Hill and Zach Wilson was phenomenal. You smell that?
It smells like sarcasm.
It is. Both quarterbacks were actually better running backs than they were quarterbacks in this game. I am not playing with you. That is a real thing. If you look at the stats, all right. Quarterback, 15-21, 175 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Sacked 3 times. Running back on that team, 11 carries for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Same dude, Taysom Hill. Same dude. Quarterback, 19-42, 202 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 3 times, 24 yards. Running back, 4 carries for 33 yards. Zach Wilson.
Oh, I was going to guess Zach Wilson.
That was Zach Wilson. He was the leading rusher on the Jets.
I would have liked it a lot more if the Jets scored there late in the game to hit my over, but that's okay.
I want to point out another one. This is another one I should have made a lock because I nailed it. I told you. Good thing that Taysom Hill's hand is hurting. His finger's broken because he's going to turn into a running back. And he was a damn good one along with Alvin Kamara. They had 3 touchdowns on the ground between the 2 of them. And 2 for Taysom Hill. 2 for the love child of Sean Payton.
I so wanted this game to be exciting and entertaining and go back and forth. And that Jet game, it got to a point where people were looking around. We were watching at the Hideaway, and it's like, oh, that one's still on? Has anything happened yet? And we were just like, no, actually nothing's happened yet. No, the snoozer.
We already went over the Bills, but let's just do that real quick. Bucs over Bills, 33-27 in overtime. Josh Allen almost wills the team to win. Sadly, he's going against Brady. And even more sadly, my only loss of a lock, I had Bills plus 3.5. Everything was lining up nice for a game-winning overtime field goal a la Tom Brady of the golden years. Nope. Screw Levack. Let's throw a touchdown. Win by 6.
Down 17 with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You're no longer allowed to complain about the refs. Knock it off, Bills fans. Cut it out. At Tom Goz, TOMGOZ.
Come at me, brah.
Please.
I'll complain all I want. At the Jeff Levack, hashtag Raider Nation transplant into Bills Mafia. It's a big hashtag, but it's a good one. All right. The Chargers beat the Giants 37-21. There's not a lot to say about this Giants team right now. You don't have your quarterback. You know that your general manager is dead man walking. Sounds like your head coach might be dead man walking. You're not really sure. I know Mara said no, but I don't know. I don't feel like you can truly even evaluate this team right now. So, hey, congrats, Chargers. You beat a team that has pretty much given up on the season.
Did you ever take a test in school, even a quiz maybe, and
test?
And just leave it and think, ooh, I don't think I got anything right. Like anything. You might have just stumbled into a few good things, but truly, you might have thought you completely bombed it. That's what's happened here with Dave Gettleman. There were some bright spots. And even this season, I know you and I talked about, look, Xavier McKinney is a player I keep going back to. That worked out. But then Daniel Jones to Kenny Golladay to JoJo. Evan Ingram. My God, we can go up and down and through of everything. The Giants, they're just not good. And all the decisions made have been just as awful. Everything across the board stinks for them.
I actually don't hate – I don't hate a lot of Gettleman's decisions the way other people do. But he strikes me as a guy who should be in the room making the decision on scouting and personnel, not the guy making the decision. Like if he's the guy who's telling you, I think you should draft Daniel Jones earlier than you think you should. I want to hear that conversation. But is he the guy who should be able to pull that trigger? I don't know. I think you should grab Saquon Barkley because he's going to go to the next pick. Okay. But should he be the guy who gets to make that final call? That's where I'm at with that. And if you get a new GM, is that new GM going to be cool with coming in a situation where you're going to have Joe Judge and a potentially damaged Daniel Jones? They're going to have to do some things, make some moves. We'll see how it goes. Again, Giants, sorry, buddy. Hey, at least you get to play the Cowboys this week. Oh, That's probably not going to go well.
Also, back to the Chargers. We didn't give them a love. Justin Herbert, amazing. Chargers coaching staff.
Play the Giants.
Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, really good. The Charger is a traditional franchise, has not been able to cash in. They're trying to change what everyone thought about the Charger franchise for so many years.
All 15 fans in attendance really loved that game. They really got into it. Browns beat the Ravens 24-22, or as I like to call this, the how much money can Lamar Jackson cost himself game of the week. Like Lamar Jackson is 1 week, you got to pay this guy. Then he misses a game, Huntley gets you a win. Now he goes out of this game, and he almost brings you all the way back. He almost brings you all the way back. So without even like being good, like he's just being okay. He's not making stupid mistakes. And they could have won this game. Lamar Jackson, your boy, cost himself a lot of money by being hurt.
Yeah, just to clarify there, when you said win, you meant cover. So some people cash.
I said he almost won this game.
Yeah, right.
He did. No, he did cover for me. I had +2.5.
That's right. The win. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but they almost got the win. They almost came all the way back.
I think about this Lamar Jackson situation a little bit differently because, and if those who haven't been following this, the last we found out,
man crush on me that says "I heart Lamar Jackson" on your left buttock.
I don't have that. Although I feel like I should show it just in case for some views.
Go ahead. I don't care.
He doesn't have an agent. He's just doing it himself. He's like, I'll figure it out. I have my mom do it or somebody. Like, you're one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. You're a former MVP, and you don't want to hire an agent. Okay. So I look at this and wonder, if Lamar Jackson's healthy, can the Ravens beat Cleveland? I would say yes.
Yeah.
So if that shows...
But now I look at it and wonder, if Lamar Jackson doesn't play at all, do they beat him?
I give Lamar Jackson the credit where credit's due because he's earned it and showed what he can be in the NFL. Dak Prescott's leg was broken in half and still got paid. I'll take Lamar Jackson still making his money, but if you're going to say he's going to cost him a playoff spot and this team could have gone further if Lamar Jackson was actually healthy, I get that. I don't know if it's going to have that huge of an impact on his contract. It's going to have far bigger of an impact on his running ability, because if that's a sprained ankle and your biggest threat for Lamar Jackson in December is to take off with the football, Baltimore is not the team I trust anymore in the AFC. I know some people thought about them as the favorite to win the AFC, not with an unhealthy Lamar Jackson. No way.
Listen, Tyler Huntley wasn't even like remarkable, but he was 27-38, no interceptions. He got you a touchdown in the air. He ran the ball effectively 6 times, 45 yards. You almost won. You almost won with him. You've won with him before. Like, they're almost built like the old Patriots, where it's like, hey, until the quarterback gets his feet underneath him, we're going to win on special teams. We're going to win on defense. We're going to burn the clock. They can do all those things. They're not going to be able to come from behind, but they can't come from behind with him. Why am I going to overpay this guy when I got a 23-year-old Huntley who, I mean, maybe he's not my guy, but shoot, I can kick the tires on a little while. It's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than paying Lamar. Unless he wants to take less, then he can stay.
Can you imagine this just flips quarterbacks? Because Baker Mayfield gets the win. Baker Mayfield still doesn't look 100%, but he looked better than he's looked over the last month. Good enough. And if you're a Brown fan, you probably shrug your shoulders and think, we just beat a divisional game. We just won that. And people are looking at the other side of it. We feel disrespected. We've lost to only good teams this season, even though the Cleveland media doesn't want to admit that. Cleveland's got to get their running backs and everyone off of COVID before they're a contender again.
The Titans stoke the dumpster fire that is the Jags. They win 20-0. This, I'll be real honest with you on this one. I see two teams that are done. I mean, the Jags never even got started, but the Titans, as dominating as a performance as it was, and blah, 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 you got to put more than 20 up. I'm sorry. You got to go out there and do a little something more, in my humble opinion. You know, you're running back by committee. You got 34 carries for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground against Jacksonville, against those losers. All right, and I'm quoting their head coach. I'm not making something up here. Freaking, he said, I want to whoever leaked that information, kicked off this team and never work for it again, never play for it again. The line of dudes putting their hands up, it was me. I did it. I said it. Like, from like the friggin' Cracker Jack salesman to Trevor Lawrence trying to get the hell out of there before Urban Meyer ruins everything.
Urban Meyer, depending on his level of competitiveness, which I assume is very high because he's in a competitive environment, may not want to leave Jacksonville. Like, deep down, that might be the reason he wants to say it, but you could tell how miserable he is. It is just physically on his face. The end of the game shows it the best. I know they lose again, but Mike Vrabel, who is on his staff at Ohio State. You spend hours upon hours with these guys. You would think maybe an embrace, a dap up, a hug, a conversation, and out. Unless Vrabel hates Urban Meyer is just no type of a friendly personality, which
he sucks.
seems exactly right. Yeah, so
was it Annie Agar, the
Yeah.
one who does the? She had one of her jokes in there. What, it was Herb being pissed off, and she goes, "Yeah, not as easy to win when both teams get paid, is it?"
Great.
She is very, very good. She's very, very good.
Two more things to add about this game. One,
really?
When do we do the Trevor Lawrence as a bust thing? Are we just never going to do it? Because he's been terrible.
But can we really judge him considering the fact that his head coach is garbage?
It's a fair question. I mean, we got a Hall of Fame college coach, never been a pro coach before. We thought a great prospect. Maybe that's it. Maybe we wait to see what he does post Urban Meyer. And we talk about the Titans, who continue to win. We talk about our friends over at Johnstone Supply in Troy. Goodman furnaces are in stock. You want to upgrade this holiday season? John Goodman Furnaces, how dare I ask for the sticker? You walk into Johnstone Supply in Troy on 6th Avenue. You say, I want that John Goodman furnace, and I want his face right on the side of it. And I want to talk to Tom, that Titan fan they always talk about. You demand those things on 6th Avenue in Troy. 518-272-5922. Nothing would make my day more than if you call the number 518-272-5922 and scream out, John Goodman, I want John Goodman furnaces. It'll make my day and Levack's day as well. Don't forget.
If you can upset Tom, Goz and the other Tom by bringing up the Music City Miracle. That can.
Right, you would
do both.
I'll do that. As for George, if you want that, if you're to do that, Kev or James or whoever might be in the store to help you that day, they will make sure to do it for you. Make sure your air filters are updated this holiday season. If you're hosting friends or family, you want to make sure your home is as safe as possible. All those great things are happening in your nests. Maybe they're laying around your home and you realize they expired in 2020.
Maybe you put them in your freaking microwave for no reason at all.
Just had to test if the buzzer worked. They call it buzzers on Nest. Those are questions you can ask Johnstone Supply in Troy right now. 6th Avenue, 518-272-5922. Tennessee continues to win. Hello, AFC South. You guys got a weird division.
I like bringing up the Music City Miracle to bother Bills fans, but then I still feel like it angers Titans fans somehow. I don't understand how, but it angers them somehow. Like
they feel like they had a cheap victory.
Yeah, you can only win with a gimmick kind of thing. So it's just fun it really pisses everybody off. It's kind of fun. And it's a great nickname. It's fun. Speaking of pissing people off, how about the football team versus the Cowboys? Just about nobody outside of Dallas and the Washington area like these two teams. A lot of people used to hail to the football team, but it doesn't feel like anyone really likes them publicly except for Bam Bam, our dude over at UAlbany. 27-20. Cowboys hold on to win this thing. Ugly start for the football team, ugly finish for the boys. At least their tuckuses were warm. They brought their own bench with them to Washington. So that's it on that game.
Guess what? Levack and Goz had a lock and it hit.
That's true.
That's true. Take that, karma. Usually when Levack and I do a lock together, it's shooting below 50%. But
Goz tries to lock lips with me. And it's very uncomfortable. Makes me want to call HR, but apparently Goz told me he doesn't have one of those.
There's a mistletoe somewhere. Dallas, good win. And you know what? I can't believe I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy.
No.
Pretty good game.
Stop it.
He's going to have one good game eventually.
Stop it.
That game, Mike McCarthy took pride in what was happening. He called a good game. The team played well.
They win in spite of him.
He can have one good game. We'll give him that one.
He's not. He's garbage. He's a terrible coach. The Cowboys would be almost unbeatable with a good coach. They're that talented.
They're really good.
They're that talented.
I'll give Mike McCarthy this one. Good for you, man.
Let me ask you a question before I give the score of the next one. You think Matt Rule's heading back to college? Falcons beat the Panthers 29-21. I looked at everything and I went, wow, I thought you got rid of Joe Brady, so you could run the ball more. You didn't run much. Oh, that's right, because you were trailing the whole damn game. Yeah, Falcons 29-21 over the Panthers. Matt Rule, how's he gonna look at Oklahoma?
Yeah, nice run there. Exactly right. Oh, yeah, NFL's easy. We don't have any quarterbacks. P.J. Walker and Cam Newton played again. Not so easy. And another lock hit, exactly what you said. Offense just had no flow. Carolina cannot move the football. We can't keep doing the same thing every week and blame McCaffrey not being there. How can you have that one-dimensional of a team in the NFL? Flip it to Atlanta, too. Can we give Cordero Patterson a nickname? Look, all these names like LaDainian Tomlinson, Lawrence Taylor, Julius Irving. You know, you've had long names that people, Dr. J and LT and everything else. Can we just call them like, I don't know. How about Cannoli Patterson? The big Cannoli Patterson. In honor of Stu Gons right here. There you go.
So. I don't feel like that's.
He's got to get a nickname. Daryl's not working anymore. He's having a great season. Can we CP? That doesn't. I don't like that. That doesn't work.
Well, if you're gonna go with like CP, you've got to add to it. You know what I mean? You can't just be CP. You know, is he CP 84? I don't know.
Air Force Falcon.
Well, just like Weapon X or something. Because I mean, look, here's the deal with this guy. Like we said it before. Like Arthur Smith, I'm gonna pick on him for a lot of things that happened this year, but not for being the first guy to go. How do we get the ball into Cordell Patterson's hands? He's such a playmaker. We gotta do things. We could hand it to him. What? No, that's stupid. Yeah, let's just hand him the ball. Well, what about like punt returns and reverses and everything? Sure, but 10 other times, just hand him the football and let him go.
Yeah, let P-Man run.
It's just crazy enough to work.
Patty cake, Patterson. Run the ball as fast as you can. Run it, pass it, and mark it with the P. And put it in the end zone for the Falcons and me. Look at that. That's what he's got to take. Take that one off. Is that music rights?
I got to be honest. Probably the most creative thing you've ever said in how many years of us doing the show. I want to pick on you. There's definitely some dad joke to that, but good job, actually, guys. I'm going to give you that one.
That, Atlanta. Go ahead.
Levack and Goz live from Tech East Fire and Water Restoration, your best way back to normal, which is it's a good thing that we're here in the executive suite here because we fix disasters like this show. Seahawks beat the god-awful Texans 33-13. Davis Mills stuck his neck out, threw for over 300 yards. I mean, that was impressive.
If you had that board over there, I'd give you your own horn.
My own? I don't remember which one's which anymore.
Just hit a button, see what happens.
Scary. Scary. Is it?
Yeah,
thank you.
It's too late now. We don't need the horn. We've already abused it.
Crickets for you, friend. That's what you get. There it is. That's what you're looking for. I don't know what this one anymore.
Houston, you're embarrassing, man. Just God, Houston, you were so good not too long ago.
You see, so allegedly the depositions have begun in the Deshaun Watson case. They're starting to speak to the accusers, right? But they all have non-disclosure agreements, so that's why we're not hearing anything about it. Let's punish Deshaun Watson. Let's punish him. Let's keep him on the Texans. Let's make him stay there. You know? Hey, you get 5 years in prison? No, in Houston.
No.
And by the way, they're not allowed to make coaching changes. No first-round draft picks. We're going to give an 8th round. They get to draft in the 8th. That's it. That's his punishment.
As for Seattle, that game was all about Rashad Penny. If you were smart enough, I shared this on social media at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ. There was a tip that said start Rashad Penny in fantasy. And if somebody took that tip, good for you, because I did, and I still lost. Both leagues I did.
I don't even know. I haven't even looked at my scores yet. I was in 5 leagues. I think I'm alive in 3. And I realistically did not even look yet to see how I did.
I want to make sure I give this guy credit because you know what? He had such a great tip on that game. I want to make sure he gets a follow. So I'm going to scroll, make sure he gets it. I gave him a personal thank you on Twitter, and he wrote back with what's this Empire meme he wrote back with. So good for him. Frank Amarante. Frank, get a shorter Twitter. I'm trying to shout you out here. You got like 15 characters. Frank Amarante at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ. You can see where it's.
Well, you retweeted him. So so just look at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ. Seattle's not good. They're not good. They beat a bad team. There's the Saints, the Seahawks, even the Chargers to a degree. I'm looking at them and I'm wondering how good they really are because of who they beat. You know, look the Chiefs. Sorry to do this to myself. How good are you? You put 48 up against the Raiders team that doesn't have half their team and plays like crap. So what it is. I don't love it. How about the Lions? No match for the Broncos. Broncos go ahead and win this thing 38-10. And I'll go back to that thing. Hey, teams blew out a team that's crap. Broncos, not sure who you are. However, you end up with Aaron Rodgers next year, and that's going to be bad for the rest of the league.
Yeah. Hey, could you somehow only win one game and play your worst game of the season in December? Because that's what it looked like. Detroit won a lot of worse games. So bad.
They've had a lot of worse games. I think they actually raised the bar to a level where somebody like me looks at it and goes, yeah, why not? Why can't they go out there and do one more? I know they got COVID and everything else, but it's not like they were good with those players. Like, why not? But then that's why, because they suck. 49ers beat the Bengals 26-23. This was a weird game. It felt like an ugly game, but when you really looked at how great both quarterbacks were playing, even though there were 10 sacks, 5 for each of them, it felt like it could have been a better game. And I'm kind of scared for the league when Joe Burrow is 100%.
He's really good. The future is great in Cincinnati. I know they don't win that game, but this was the best game of the weekend. When you think about it, 49ers and Bengals, and Cincinnati looks like they're going to have the spot to take over the top of the AFC North. If they win it, they don't, but it's a controversial play along the sidelines to get into overtime. Deebo Samuel, when he is healthy, and he has been healthy, has turned into that conversation with Cooper Kupp as one of the top wide receivers in the NFL now this season. Brandon Ayuk, the play he makes where they mark him out of bounds, they replayed. He's inbounds to win the game. Jimmy Garoppolo, we'll say it one more time. How many of you thought he'd be the quarterback of the 49ers right now? We haven't said Trey Lance has been a bust because he hasn't been on the field. Both teams potentially look like playoff teams, and because of how exciting that game was, I'm cool if both are in if they're going to give us that type of action later in the season.
Yeah, I mean, Kittle he's a bad man. 13 catches, 151 yards, touchdown. Garoppolo went toe-to-toe with Burrow, but Burrow, I don't think I've ever been, I thought he'd be okay. I didn't think he'd be this. He's a game changer. He really, really is. He is that damn good. Again, I don't know if he can stay healthy, though. He doesn't seem to be that guy. He gets freak injuries, but, at some point it happens. How about if you're the Bears and you get spotted 10 points against your rival and you get your ass whooped 45-30?
I single-handedly blame John Danielle for this loss. What happened, John? I mean, look at Levack said, a double-digit lead.
10 points. 10 points against a rival.
If you wagered on that game, like somebody might have, like me, you've got a 22-point cushion. You're good to go. And you don't cover, and you don't win. And the end of the game,
you bet the Bears?
I did. Those were my locks, and I felt great about it.
I got my butt whooped on a couple other things, so I spent all Sunday playing catch-up, and I went into that game needing just a little more love. I went big on Green Bay and the over. I felt good about the world. Went into last night, little cha-ching in the account over there at Rivers. Went big. Rams and over. Cha-ching. Cha-ching, my friend. Cha-ching.
Good for Aaron Jones. You know that cha-ching noise Levack is doing? You should go get paid somewhere, man. Whether it's Green Bay or somewhere else. You had a great game.
What about me? What about my needs?
You got paid.
I want more money.
You got paid already.
I want more money. I like money.
Green Bay is very good.
That's your not so rapid recap. We already told you Monday night what happened. We already told you that the Super Bowl is headed to Vegas in 2024. And right now I want to tell you that if you are a snorer, you aren't sleeping. Levack and Goz. My name is Levack. Dr. Fred Dreer is the man. Let it be said, let it be written, let it be known. He is the man. The Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa, phenomenal. Mouthpiece, custom made for your mouth. Keep your airway open. Turns out I have a large, soft palate, and I almost fought the man who told me that because I thought he was insulting my wee-wee. No, no, but it causes me to snore. That's why the mouthpiece is so perfect. Keeps my bottom jaw forward just a little bit, so my airway stays open. I'm breathing. I'm sleeping better. No mask. I can sleep on my side. 2-night at-home sleep study. Didn't have to worry about those recalls that were happening on the masks, all that stuff. None of it. 518-885-6185. 518-885-6185. Give the gift of sleep this holiday season by calling either for yourself or whoever's snoring in the room with you. 518-885-6185. Dr. Fred Dreer and the Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa. Help me sleep better. They'll help you sleep better too. What are you doing?
I thought Mike snuck behind me and started tickling me.
There's nobody behind me.
I know, it's my coat.
It's haunted. This place is haunted. We're live at Techie's Fire and Water Restoration. Normally we're out front, but that room was like insanely hot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go take over the executive lounge, the theater room where we watch on a loop the 2021 National League Championship game, in which you're seeing our guy DP Darius Prince going to the end zone. Tommy Grady, friend of mine. Don't believe everything you heard. All going on.
Some of you are wondering, a great question. How are you guys legally allowed to play this video during your podcast live stream? And I'll say to you, quiet. Why, you narc?
Well,
how dare you?
Also, Mike Corda owns the team, so why can't we put their likeness up on the screen?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully YouTube won't take us down. And if we are taken down, I take that as a compliment.
I don't even care.
We're
on YouTube. Godzilla Media YouTube. Techie's Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page. Don't take it down from there. I need it there. I was also Goz's Twitter because Goz loves himself. And he also on his Twitter talked a lot of crap to you Bills fans. So good luck, Goz. I was so close to buying tickets for tonight's Knicks game.
Ooh, really?
I was so close because they had them over at Yankee Trails and all that stuff. You know me, I love to hop on the bus and go. I started doing the math. I'm not going to get home till like 4 a.m. or some nonsense. And I didn't do it. And that was before I even knew that Steph Curry was going to have a chance to break the all-time three-pointer record, to take down Ray Allen. I'm really bummed I didn't do it. I'm really bummed I'm not going to be there tonight. As much as it would suck to see history made against my Knicks at the Garden, it still would be cool to see that. Hopefully it's like he buries 2, gets the record, Knicks win. That would be perfect. Everybody realizes Kerr's a turd, and it's a good world. But now I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, and this record is not like if Steph Curry goes for 50 or if Steph Curry goes for a quadruple. He's going to hit these 3. Tonight's the night.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
If God forbid he gets hurt, let's hope there's nothing like that happens or gets sick. COVID, is rising in professional sport. Scratch all that stuff off it. If Steph Curry is on the court tonight's the night where he breaks it in the Garden. I know some have talked about some of the big performances. He actually holds the record, Steph Curry, for most three-pointers made in Madison Square Garden. He did that 10 years ago. Yeah, back in 2011.
Take that, Reggie Miller.
50-plus points in that game. But this record, I want to say this is one of these records that in our lifetime may never be broken. There are a lot of sports records that Cy Young and Nolan Ryan, like we could go through the list of unbreakable sports records that have happened, but how many have happened in your lifetime as a fan? I think that number dwindles a lot faster than we realize. And I want to say that Steph Curry's 3-point record when it's set is never going to be broken, but he's the one to blame. And what I mean by that is that he's the one who set a new standard for 3-point shooting.
Right.
I said this on my Guys on the Go. I know Stephen A. Smith just copied my take and said it today. He changed basketball. If you go watch a basketball game now, everyone's shooting 3-pointers. It's not because it's scientific and analytical. It's because Steph Curry changed the way basketball has been played. And yeah, tonight's going to be a cool night at the Garden.
I take issue with that, though. I do take issue. Because, I remember when Pitino became the coach of the Knicks, and he's got the Knicks firing up threes. I think Steph Curry was just the first guy to really, really take advantage of that theory. There were guys doing it. Tony was doing it. All these guys wanted everybody to do it. He just did it better than everybody else. I saw Patrick Ewing fire up threes. That's talking about changing the game. Ugly 3-pointer. Great player. Ugly 3-pointer. So, he changed the game because he was able to accomplish the change everybody wanted. And now you got to have that shooter on your team or you're toast.
Yeah, I get that. Where it's like Steph Curry is, I want to compare him to a painter or a singer where he is the best at that craft where people wanted to do that. But no, there may never be another shooter like Steph Curry. I love the comparison of if Space Jam happened in real life and the aliens invaded and they said somebody had to save the earth by making one basketball shot anywhere on the court, I'm taking Steph Curry. It's not a shot to LeBron or MJ. It's that Steph Curry could shoot it from half court or full court or in the stands, and I would feel confident the ball's going in. That's how good he's been. And as for the Warriors, maybe they can win the NBA championship. I know Phoenix was really hot. As for the Knicks, it's more about a playoff seed and trying to get in because right now they're on the outside looking in.
I don't see why they couldn't. I really don't.
Warriors or Knicks, they're both.
Warriors. Knicks, I would like to see the Knicks kind of – if the Knicks really start to lock it down and get it going, I could see them make a run like they made last year. But right now, they don't seem to have that same tenacity, I think I'm going with. And I don't know if that's because they're not playing with the same effort and everything like that, or, Kemba kind of a bust for them, stuff like that. Or is it just you ain't sneaking up on anybody anymore? Like everybody knows Knicks are going to come. They're going to try to play defense. They're going to try and score a little bit, but they're more or less, if you can get over 100, you're probably going to beat them. If they can keep you in the 90s, you're going to lose. I don't know. I'm waiting to see how it goes. It all comes together, but I know every time you crap on them on this show, they seem to have a big game. So go ahead, have fun with that. Yeah. Levack and Goz live from Tech East Fire and Water Restoration. Steph Curry tonight, Madison Square Garden. Last night, history made as the Dwayne Killings era gets their first road win as UAlbany beats Boston College.
Levack. It's a great win for Coach Killings. the biggest compliment for that victory last night here locally is not what happened on the court, not what happened with the X's and O's. It's what happened in the post game. Whoever got the video of Coach Killingsley going back into the locker room and having the moment with his players, because we've seen it now where the coach comes back and he gets hit with the water, everything else. Coach didn't even wait. He just dove right in like it's so cool.
Yeah.
Not having the relationship like you do with him and having the opportunity to talk to him. I've yet to talk to him. Watching that was the coolest part of anything that happened, because that seemed a genuine, hey, I'm with you guys. I know how tough it's been. Let's do this together feel.
15.5-point underdogs, and you win 61-57. That's a pretty big win. It's a pretty big win.
It was needed for you, Albany.
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
but did you think it would happen?
No.
Right.
Okay, so the win is really good for Coach Killingsley and the program because
not Lee.
Oh, there's right. Killings, right?
Yeah.
They tossed an L in there?
You Killingsley. You like German.
They made it British all of a sudden? Hello. I'm Dwayne Killingsley. I'm on Succession. One of the characters at the London wedding. Hello.
I thought you said it the first time, and I was like, nah, I don't know about that.
No,
and then I heard it. I was like,
definitely did. I just went through a Secession tweet and it turned him into the spoiler alert. Season finale is in London, so I don't know where my mind.
Yeah, but last week was too. So
yeah.
So
anyways, the victory is huge because you beat a Power 5 team on the road and everything else, and the team was struggling. There's just no other way to say it. They were really, really bad, and they needed that. I just want to take a little step back and remember where Boston College too is as a program. When we hear Boston, I said that right?
No, they're in Boston. That's where they.
Now I'm gun shy. Did I just say Boston?
Boston.
That program's been bad the last 10
hell,
years.
as some people call Boston.
Yeah, BC's been bad the last 10 years. They fired their coach in March of last season, and the new coach who took over had to fight through COVID recruiting, which is extremely difficult, like any other coach who's had to go through that over the last 18 months. Over the last 10 years, BC as a basketball program has gone 9-20 on average. Yes. Yeah.
I'm raising my hand.
Sure.
Didn't Mr. Killingsley have to do the exact same thing?
Yes, he did. He definitely did. Just
from the upstate New York Killingsleys.
Hello. Cheerio. Hello, cousin Greg.
I'm gonna love if somebody started watching on Taki's Facebook page right then and thinks I'm the one who screwed up his name. Like, Levack's a moron. He doesn't know it's Dwayne Killings. I made the joke right away. Like, I really hope you're Killings it this season. So I did it right away. I went right in on the dad joke.
So just remember, BC, especially, I know we have some Syracuse fans who watch this. They might say, oh my God, the people in Albany are celebrating BC. Like, calm down over there in the capital region because they're not good.
Nothing good comes from Syracuse.
Albany needed that win to see what the future is going to look like and what's going to happen after that.
Yeah, they needed the win, but they got it. They got it. It's a good win. It's funny because, all right, so Levack and Goz live, Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, Godzilla Media YouTube. Don't forget if you want to hear us on the pods, you go to Spotify and Apple. You go to something podcast, like cast something. Some guy asked us about at Hooters, and it turned out we're actually on it. We're on it. Basically,
podcaster, I think you said.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcast, we're there. Also, if you say Levack and Goz 3 times in the dark into your bathroom mirror, we show up in your bathroom and do a sports talk show. It's a service we offer that Candyman and Bloody Mary are the only other ones who offer. That's it. So we were able to get on that. Very excited about it. So if you want two large white guys talking sports in your bathroom, Levack and Goz, we're there. Please make sure you light a match before you call us.
Nothing but hot takes.
Steamers, if you will. So yesterday, because Tech East is a sponsor of the other college basketball team in the area, Siena, Mike Corder and I got to go to a dinner, and meet the women's team, hang out with the guys' team, all that stuff.
Ooh, fancy. Was this also British based?
It's 677 Prime. 6 it was in Prime. Is where we were. Which is the first time I've actually gone in there, to be honest with you. We used to get gift cards from my old boss, like way back in the day.
Thrown at you from the outside?
No,
take the gift card and stay out.
Every Christmas, Bob Osfeld, one of the greatest guys in the history of radio, he would always give us $100 gift certificates to go to Prime. I was like, this is phenomenal. And every year, back from the holiday, Bob would ask me if I went yet. And I'd say, not yet. And he'd give me a funny look. And then he'd go, what'd you do? And I say I sold it to somebody for $80 so they could have $20 off when they went to Prime. And then I took that $80 and I went and just wrecked steaks somewhere else. And I didn't have to pay any extra. No, amazing place though. I actually wish I had gone more, and I'll definitely be back again. A little, for me, it's an occasion place. Like it's not going to be hey, it's Tuesday, I'll go have a steak. But if important dinner or something, somebody I want to impress, I'll take them over there. I have a blast. Put on a sports coat and everything. It was a strange man in a strange land. But so got to talk to Coach Carm a little bit, Coach Jabber, everybody. It was a great time. It was a great time to meet everybody.
Did you bump into our guy John Dargenio at all?
I meant to tell you about this. So John Dargenio and I are no longer friends.
Whoa.
The friendship is broken. It's over. It's his fault. Not my fault. It's his fault. He broke the friendship. He broke it. First of all, still hasn't given me my doctorate. Brings it up himself nowadays. Hey, didn't get you your doctorate. So we're having.
Go ahead. I have a feeling what he did. I actually have a feeling what he did.
Yeah. Go ahead. Guess if you can.
I have a feeling you guys were chatting it up. Might have had a drink. Might have had something.
He was not drinking.
Okay. All right. He might have turned to you and said, "Hey, Goz, I haven't seen you in a really long time. How's it been?" Blah,
Very
blah.
close. Very close. Leaving, says something to Mike and Lynn, who used to work with us now as big wig over at Siena. I can't remember exactly how it went, but he called me Goz. He's like, just make sure you keep an eye on Goz on the way out of here. And I go, or Levack, either's fine. And he turned bright red. He was so embarrassed because he knew he made the mistake, but he couldn't figure out when it happened. And I'm just like, I looked him dead in the eye, and then I turned and I looked back at Mike and I said, I think we should sponsor you Albany from here on out. And Mike Korda, who, he's the one who actually controls the checkbook around here, goes, nope, that just ensured that I'm going to spend twice as much next year with Siena. So I just, so John Dargenio, my one-time friend, one-time friend, no longer my friend. He's obviously friends with Goz now. He loves Goz.
All right, so I guess I have to reveal my secret as to how I sniffed out what that story was going to be, because you know what? I won't say too much because it's not fair if somebody's doing something that's happening with the situation, but there was a conversation that was happening with John Dargenio and I months ago. And during these conversations, he would always bring up, oh, yeah, I remember you guys. I know you guys. Which one are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you the one? No, he didn't say it like that. He said, are you the one who used to always ask me about the doctor? And I'm like, oh, no. If he thinks that's Levack, oh, man, at some point he's going to see Levack and switch it again.
But he's called me
My
Levack.
God.
Because the home opener for Siena, we were at it, the Yale game, all that stuff. And, Darge and I had a full conversation. Everything was great. And, congratulations on the Empire Championship, and you're changed and that you're not with radio. We miss you, but good job. I'm happy for you. All those things. And then here we are in this nice moment. Again, he was not drinking. If he was drinking, I'd be like, done, understood, forgiven. No, dead to me.
There were some of our former coworkers that we'd be in meetings with them, and I think you've been in similar meetings where they would just confuse us. And I'm like, you've been here for years. Like, you've been here for years and you're calling us the wrong
you always
name,
get you always get it when you're out. Like you'll be walking out of a store when we were doing the show all the time, and it was Levack and Goz. It's like just me. It's just me. We don't where's Goz? I don't know. We don't live together. It's weird. I know. We don't even really like each other. It's just for the radio and the internet. That's all. That's the only reason we get along at all.
That last part is like you're married,
Wow.
Seriously, like you're married, you're a girlfriend. Do you remember this? We did an event. God, this was like 3 years ago. I won't say the name of the barbershop, but we did an event at a barbershop. And they had a bunch of food there and they were really excited to have us and everything else.
The barber parlor, right?
Yeah. So one of the guys,
Joey Scissors,
right?
Yeah.
Joey Scissors comes up and goes, hey, Levack, how are you? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to correct him. I'm not going to correct him. I'm going to see how far this can go. And it went like for majority of the day.
Yeah.
Until you got up to take a piss and he's like, hey, Goz, where are you going? He's like, I'm not Goz, I'm Levack. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's on me. I just let that one slide. I wanted to see how far it could go.
He and I were on the phone all the time.
Right.
Like, I actually started like considering him kind of a friend. I was like, we're talking so much about like sports and like, this and he makes this and he does that and all these things. And I'm like, this guy's a go-getter. He's pretty cool. Met with him a couple times and he still did it. I'm like, geez, cheese and rice, Gary. Let's go. What are we doing here?
Is there another place in Schenectady that does it sometimes too?
What other place in Schenectady that does it?
A place you were at within this past fall, let's say.
Place I was at. Just say the name.
O'Toole's.
O'Toole's. Oh, Anthony. Yeah. Anthony knows. Anthony thinks my name is Bacon. He because he always wants me to host a bacon bash. He's like, yeah, bacon. That's what he does. So whatever.
Doesn't like that C in your name, does he? Levack.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah. It's Laveck or Lavack. Yeah, you take what you can get. You take what you can get. He's a good guy though. He takes good care of me when I'm over there. Again, I don't care like normally, but Darge, I considered him a friend. So that hurt. That hurt me a little bit.
I should have gave you the heads up. If anybody, it's my fault now.
Nah,
I knew it's coming.
I'll blame you for something else. I'll blame you for anything else. I kind of like took over the role of non-traditional headlines this week.
Okay, before we get to it, then I like that you took control of this because
you didn't do any work.
That's not true. I was talking to our friend Jared Lowe's here earlier today. Jared Lowe's here. Shout out to him. 2022 is just around the corner. Maybe when you're planning for your finances, you're going to check, can I save money here? What about over here? How about your car, your home, your business, the things that are the most important to you in your life, whatever it might be? What are you paying monthly, and who's going to shop around to find the right prices for you for your insurance? I know the answer. It's Jared Lowe's here. He will help you upcoming year to take care of those things that are important to you in your life. Email him today, jaredl@nemail.com. Again, jaredl@nemail.com. Just write, hey, 2022 prices, question mark? Who this? What are you doing?
He said he wants you to walk up and grab him by the shirt and demand a quote, and then get the quote, and then he'll donate money into Rex's college fund.
Look at that. That's what you can do to help a young man and all the great things.
Cheap ass Goz. Yeah, just help him out.
Call Jared, email Jared today if you want more information on how to contact him. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, hit our episode description where you can see his number right there. And on our visual sign, check the ticker. It's going to go throughout the entire episode with you. Jared Lozier, Northeastern Insurance, the guy you want to trust when you're making those big decisions in the upcoming year.
ESPN has pissed me off, guys. It pissed me off.
Me too.
Well, yeah, but this is different. This is this is their fault. Oh. No, all right. So ESPN has announced today that they are debuting their Monday Night Football doubleheader Saturday in Week 18. I can see by your look, if you're watching on the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, Godzilla Media YouTube, or you're standing outside the windows here at Techies, you're angered by the same thing I'm angered by. Why do we have to call it Monday Night Football? I realize it's the Monday Night Football crew, but if it's on Saturday, why don't we call it ESPN Saturday Football? Or why don't we just call it the ESPN doubleheader for Week 18? Calling it Monday Night Football Saturday doubleheader Week 18 is just annoying.
Bad marketing, bad confusing. Bad. It's not for the brand when you're moving the brand.
And so it'll be, they don't know what the games are yet. They've said both games will have playoff implications, matchups announced after week 17. I don't even mind that.
I do. Hang on. So you're telling me, make sure I'm hearing this correct. There's games Saturday. We're going to have the regular Sunday slate.
No, we'll have some games on both. You know what I mean? So there'll be Sunday and then there'll be two on Saturday before.
Okay, so to me that makes less sense, even more so, because they should move it to a Monday. Because if you're playing playoff scenarios, there's a chance that the team who plays on Sunday will actually be put in an advantage because they know what happened on that Saturday. So let's say, for instance, like a divisional championship or a wild card spot. Let's use the Chargers and the Chiefs for an example. I'm not sure if they're playing Week 18, but we'll just go with this, okay? We're putting the Chargers and the Chiefs on Saturday night / Monday Night Football, and they play before everybody else. Okay, let's say the Chiefs win. So the Chargers would be the 5 seed. Now teams like the Browns, the Bengals, whoever, know what has to happen. All right, the Chargers lost. So if we win, we're in the playoffs. All right, this team's playing that. There's a lot of moving parts that almost puts that team at a disadvantage.
I feel like 9 times out of 10, your goal is to win the football game.
Yeah.
So just
play it.
Yeah.
Just put it on Monday.
I don't have a problem, but it's one of the few Saturdays where they don't have to compete with college football. So they're going to take it over. So you get the 2 broadcast teams. You have your prototypical Monday Night Football: Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, Louis Riddick, Lisa Salters, and John Perry. And then you have the guys you would normally hear on Saturday. Chris Fowler, Herb Street, and Laura Rutledge. So again, just call it Saturday football. Just call it, like, if you need to call it Monday Night Football doubleheader because you're afraid somebody's going to tune in. Oh, there's Chris Fowler and Herb Street. Oh, there's Laura Rutledge. This must be college. I didn't know the Rams played college. Then they're an idiot, and we shouldn't worry about them. Calling it Monday Night Football, it just aggravates me. And it confuses me.
I'm with you. Put it on Monday. NBC has done this for a decade plus. What NBC, and we know this because we used to figure out the schedules where in which these games would happen. This has been a thing for a long time. The final Sunday night football game, there used to be no Monday night football in the NFL. Yeah. The final Sunday night game would have the biggest playoff implications. Yeah. Remember last year we had the Cowboys and Eagles situation where Peterson sits the players. We can run through a history of Sunday night football games that decided it. So why don't you just take the Sunday night game that traditionally is played there, move it to Monday. That team gets an extra day rest, whatever you want to complain about, fine. And then everything Levack just said just happens on Monday. And if someone says they can't prep for their game quick enough, they get a day. It works in their disadvantage because then move them to like Sunday.
I like that they're going to play on Saturday because I'm going to have football on Saturday. I like that I got football on Saturday. I just don't like you're calling it Monday Night Football. Don't call it Monday. It's not. It's not true. It's not true. It's a lie. You're lying to us, Espen. You're lying.
Do you think this is like a sponsorship situation where they're going to say, all right, if you bought the Monday Night Football package,
you get an extra game?
Exactly right.
Maybe.
It's got to be a sponsorship thing.
So, I don't know, just call it Saturday doubleheader. Just do it. What's wrong with you?
Not fooling anybody.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong? It's all right. I'm going to keep being angry. Do you remember when Samantha Braxic, or should I call her Samantha Judge now, got arrested back in February of 2020 for DUI? And when she got arrested, she drunkenly yelled at the police, did they know who her boyfriend was? And it was one Aaron Judge. Reports are they got married in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. High school sweethearts, whatever. I thought, I don't want the big fella to hear us. I thought that when she did that, it was grounds to break up. Like I would right. Like it's bad enough you're getting a DUI or whatever. Okay. Don't drag Judge into that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then not only that, apparently she's close and friendly with Giancarlo Stanton and his model girlfriend. So they sent her like a care package. They sent her like champagne. I feel like, and she put videos up. I think it's like you probably don't put the video up of you popping bottles when you just got arrested for drinking and driving. Twice the legal limit. So Judge got married. So Judge about to sign a big contract, got married right before it.
Good for the love that is the now Judges. Congratulations to them. Hopefully this is just a bad night and isolated incident and everything else for her.
Seems like she might be a bit much.
Maybe. And she's
a bit much.
A lot on social media. That's sometimes the way in which you can figure that out. She's
a lot of bit much. I have one more.
Wait, real quick.
Right, sorry.
Before we get to it, he's getting signed by the Yankees, right?
Allegedly. We'll see what happens.
For about 2 years, there's been rumors that they can move on without him. I know Clinton Frazier's no longer there. Aaron Hicks, they'd already signed. Stanton's under a big contract.
He had a great year.
There was talks that he might eventually move on from the Yankees.
He said it's his dream to play for the Yankees for life.
Okay.
So hopefully that's the Yankees' dream as well. Right now they can't sign anybody, so because it's a lockout. Because that's smart. All right. I don't know a lot about heroes, but I know one dude that's mine, and that's John frickin' Daly. John frickin' Daly. How about a $446.10 Uber Eats bill from Taco Bell? I can only see some of the bill. Guys, 5 grilled cheese burritos, 10 crunchy taco supremes, 10 spicy double steak grilled cheese. I can't see the rest of it. I can't see it. It's tweeted out by a Tony Gates Mornings. John Daly dropping just south of $500 on Taco Bell Uber Eats.
There have been a lot of athletes, coaches, media members that have.
Can you call a guy an athlete if he orders $446 at Taco Bell?
Yes.
Are you? I think you call. I think that person's called inflicted with diarrhea. Is what that person's called.
For a long time, I thought the answer was Rex Ryan of if Levack and Goz could go out and film hanging out with somebody, or and you're not even filming, just you and I sit down with somebody who's a recognizable figure in sports. Yeah. I thought Rex Ryan was the answer for a long time because of the stories we had heard about him just delaying practice so he could go out and party in Cortland and everybody else.
By the way, him dropping that he knows a lot about feet, or he's a toe expert on that Get Up show. Phenomenal.
So good, man.
Talk about being self-aware.
Hilarious. I think John Daly's not number one. With his connection to Hooters, with the Taco Bell connection, with the golf, I feel like John Daly could fit in with you and I very well.
Oh God, this is the conversation I had today with one of your fellow Hobart statesmen, director of sales over here for the Albany Empire, Matt Woods. I said, somehow John Daly's still alive. I said, I would hang out with John Daly for 1 week. I'd be dead. He'd still be going like the fat Energizer bunny with a freaking Mar bread hanging out of his mouth, just handling his business, going about his day. I'd be like, they'd cut my foot off when I walked in, because there's no way I can hang with that guy and survive. It's just not humanly possible.
What a legend.
He is. He's an absolute 100% legend. Legend. Wait for it. Dairy. He, again, $446.10 at Taco Bell through Uber Eats.
So let's figure it out. Was he having a party? Was he saving it?
I think he was alone.
No. I would say if he was alone, if you're alone, the most, I'm talking you and I, probably $30, $35.
I could do damage.
I don't know if you could do more than $35.
Taco Bell, just tacos. Like if you start putting all the grilled cheese stuff and all that in there, you just give me a box of those tacos. I'll go to work. You start adding in all the extra cheese and the crunch wraps, and they'll fill you right up. You can't keep going. He can keep going. He's a monster. He's probably snorting the mild sauce. Oh, that's good stuff right there. I love good stuff. By the way, I love that my good friend Cindy Martin tunes in right now. Right now. Just said beautiful things about her. Cindy Martin comes in, and here I am talking about partying with John Daly. I love you, Cindy. So you got to do this one, right? You talked about who you want to hang with. So you got to do the foursome of golf, right? So who's the three you'd golf with? I have mine ready.
Okay.
John Daly's in mine. I think he's always kind of been in mine.
I think I changed mine recently. Oh, man. I feel like mine was still John Daly and Rex Ryan. John Daly's in mine, too.
I think you had too many large, crazy.
Too much mass?
Yeah. Like that, there's going to be some screaming golf carts with those two.
Barkley used to be one because he just seems like an awesome guy. I feel like I'm missing a really, really obvious one right now. All right. So Rex Ryan and John Daly are top two. Gronk?
Gronk's a good one. I like Gronk.
Johnny Football.
That's terrible. But all right, mine, John Daly, Bill Murray, Paige Brannick. That's it.
Who was the last one?
Paige. She's that blonde golfer.
Yeah, she can. You know what? I want her on mine actually.
Because she's a good golfer. I don't think you can see with the light. She's a very beautiful woman. Great golfer. She teaches something. She does instructional videos. That's the only reason I follow her on Instagram.
I'm kicking
Paige Renee.
I'm kicking Rex out. No, I want Rex. I want, you know what? John Daly. Give me Brandon Lang.
Oh my God.
You're
talking about dying.
Lingo.
You will not survive that. Corey from Greenwich just popped up. Hi guys. Aligas, good afternoon, gents. Our typical F. Ben Simmons, by the way, from Tom Gurka. All going on right now. $446 worth of food at Sienna. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Taco Bell.
The Taco Bell. Sorry, I just saw Sienna on my notes from the other thing. I'll get food from Sienna. It's holy. They can pray for me after I eat it. They can pray for the bathroom after I eat it too. So I am I hate to do this to you guys. We're towards the end of the show here, live on a Techies Tuesday. Anything you want to say for yourself? Anything you did wrong lately? Anything you may have screwed up? Anything?
That I screwed up?
Anything you screwed up?
Oh man.
Anything you might have
at one point I didn't know what you were talking about. Now I figured out.
You might have accepted an underling's word for, and then found out that the underling did not have the power to make said agreement.
All right.
Anything you might have done like that?
Yes. So I think the cool part about being on the podcast, and I think if you've watched and followed the show long enough, we'd like to be as open and as authentic and as real as we can. If you watched our Christmas show, which again on the audio side, that's going up on Christmas.
Goz is transitioning. That's it. We just wanted to tell everybody. Open, honest.
Not true. We mentioned that DraftKings was going to be partnering with Levack and Goz. DraftKings at this moment will not be with Levack and Goz. You know what? I'll be open about this.
Yep.
The contract that they gave us before I signed it, I looked it over a second time, and there was something in the contract that I was not very happy with.
I can sum this up for you. Goz, speaking to the representative of DraftKings, said exactly what we wanted. We wanted a promo code that would give you, the amazing 15 or 20 people who actually give a crap about this podcast, a reason to go to DraftKings. We thought it'd be weird they had a promo code that you couldn't wager yet. Guy said yes. We said we don't want to be hamstrung with the normal stuff that DraftKings does, where we've proved X amount of people use this and do that and whatever. If you're with us, you're with us. We'll go to war for you. Great. Said they loved it. Said, let's go with it. They then kicked that up the ladder and they went, no. But then I guess when you told them that there's still a chance we will work with DraftKings in the future.
Yeah.
Just at this point, it doesn't make any sense.
Look, they evaluated our numbers. I knew our numbers. I will tell you it's higher than 15 or 20 because of the price that they gave us. There you go. The consistency of what that is. And like you said, if you're going to use a promo code, that's like a very easy thing to do. Like, hey, 10% off, deposit in your account. This, like, that's the thing. Like, that's why you're doing a promo code. That was such an obvious for me that's why I was so excited at Hooters to tell everybody that we had DraftKings. I never, ever, ever thought that would ever be an issue. And it was. So as of right now, we can't do it. Hopefully we'll in the future. And
I know we could. We could do it.
We could.
But it just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't work for anybody.
No.
For what they're actually, what we thought their original expectations were, we could definitely do. And then we hit the ground running when you could mobile wager. Just didn't work out. Might do it, might not. Might go somewhere else. I don't care. Whatever. Pat McAfee's got a little cash kicking around, I understand. Maybe we'll talk to him.
Nice lesson learned by me that do not announce anything on a podcast before the ink is dried.
If I taught you nothing, obvious. That's why I never rush announcements. I always follow the line. Hey, the announcement's going to happen this day. You wait. You don't make the announcement yet. I never went early, ever, on announcements. I always had clearance. I always made sure it worked.
What do you know? No, none of that is true. I'm trying to think.
I love he's so mad at himself that he's like, yeah, you're right. Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, in my head, like, I couldn't think of one example of you ever doing that. I was like, no, none of it.
Are we going to the Super Bowl?
That is this week.
You found out this week?
This week is traditionally, I found out this week. But now saying that out loud makes me think with the rise of COVID, things might get a lot more difficult for everybody.
I'll make this announcement. Goz is a little shy. Doesn't want to. Goz is going to pay for somebody's trip to go, just like we used to do.
Absolutely not. That is absolutely not true.
Goz isn't even going to pay for me to go. I'm going to pay for myself.
No, none of that's going to happen.
All right. Listen, always fun. Appreciate
Unless
you guys.
DraftKings comes back with a different offer, then we can talk about paying for people.
Oh, man. I don't think so. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think you better go be really nice to Mike Corda. Maybe it's a Tech East trip. Maybe Tech East headed west trip or something to LA for the big game, if you will, the Super Bowl. Everybody, man, we appreciate you as always. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Really, really thanks to Tech East for being nice enough to, not only dumb enough to hire me, but also to let us keep using the building every Tuesday. Thanks to Doc Dreer and the team at Integrative Sleep Center, Cindy Martin, my realtor, my people over at Howard Hanna. And of course, I know you want to thank your friends at Mohawk.
Yes, Mohawk Honda, Johnstone Supply in Troy, Jerry Lozier. Yeah, that's everybody.
That's all of them.
JohnZillaMedia.com.
I'm going to throw a little Mohawk Chevy in there too, man, because I love my truck. What's up, girlfriends? How you doing? They're starting to get some shipments in, the Mohawk families. Starting to get the shipments in. 12 days of giving, taking care of people, and then you can do 12 days of buying, find the vehicle you've been waiting to buy because they're getting them in now. That's how I got lucky enough to get my 2022 Silverado right there, my friend. When do we do this again? Sunday morning?
Sunday morning at 11:30 to 1 at the Hideaway. And then
there's some kind of beer brunch with Common Roots.
Woo! It's going to be fun.
Go look that up on the Hideaway Facebook page. Sign up for those things. They know beer. They know food. It's a fun time. And then Mohawk Honda on Monday. Is that what you're saying?
Honda on Monday, 4 to 6.
And then I don't have to talk to you for a while?
Then you and I are off till 2022.
God bless. How many you want to announce our partnership with Rolex that we just
No more partnerships before ink is
partnership with sorry, he's so mad.
The tech company that just signed with Sienna. I don't know their name.
That's Noble. Yeah. Anything? No, nothing.
No,
all right,
I'm good.
Everybody, we will talk to you Sunday. Have a great week, and this. Thanks, you guys are cool. We appreciate you, and even you, Corey. We appreciate you all.